Oh my goodness me! What an absolute flippin' mess. Uh, I don't even have. I even need 1 minute because I don't have. I don't. Oh come on! What the fuck? Really? Honestly? Come on, guys. This YouTube is so far behind. I got to go to my videos and then click live, and there should be a lot. There it is. And then get shareable link, and then paste it in the very same tab. Get rid of the feature equals share, and then there we go. And then mute it, and then play it, and then okay, okay. I got the YouTube up. Okay, we're okay. Jesus, mother of God. All right, welcome in everybody. Hello everybody. Welcome back. Hearts of Iron 4 tonight. For those who don't know, we got through basically the first half of the first year. This is the Road to 56. It's a 20-year campaign, and I am currently in Sweden. We had a giant wheel at the beginning. Pick our starting nation, and we got Sweden. We did a complete fragmentation of the world, so the Soviet Union is broken up. You can see they don't have all the territory. All these small republics are parts of are independent. That also independent, makes a few modern day countries independent. Kazakhstan, what else you've got? Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. You also have obviously still the broken up China trying to unify. Southeast Asia has been decolonized, so Siamese, well, they've gone communist, but they are their own nation. Same with Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia. Somewhere in here is East Timor. I think that's yeah. No, that's Malaysia. So time to take them all over then. We'll see how far we can get. Also, Africa's been decolonized, so traditionally in the game, Portugal, Spain, Belgium, Germany, France, and the United Kingdom and Italy all own portions of Africa. That's no longer the case. Libya, Niger, Mali, Algeria, they're all independent. So there is. I don't think there's any actual spots that are still colonized. I think that's basically it. And I actually have another save going as Uruguay, where I actually just finished taking over Brazil. So that's basic. But Colombia joined an allied advance with what do you call it? With Italy and like Serbia, who's taken over some nations, and they're fighting Ukraine and Poland and Belarus. It's just crazy. It's a crazy save. But Italy's gone to war with like everybody, including Djibouti and I can't remember who else. Somalia, that was it. It's a crazy save. But anyway, we are Sweden. Um, Two things of note: we're using two mods. Road to 56 is the first one. Welcome in, by the way, Dadson. I should give you a shout out, by the way. So let's give you a shout out because you're doing something that I think is absolutely insane. That's awesome. Uh, and that is you're playing through all of the PlayStation 2 games released in the North America or the Europe. I don't know why I put the in front of both of those. Yes, you did see correctly, by the way. Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and England are independent, as well as Jersey, Guernsey. And then Brittany is also independent. So some, off-center decolonizations as well. The Basque region, Catalonia, they're independent. Galicia as well. And then I believe Belgium is broken up into two. Yeah, Belgium's broken up into two: the Walloon Republic and the Flemish Republic. So Spain's in the middle of their civil war. And yeah, let's. Germany's returned to the kingdom. So you've got Prussia, you've got Hanover, you've got Hesse, Baden, Württemberg, Bavaria, they're all independent as well. Um, it says, oh, you know what? I don't have, let me close up the ones I don't need. And then the posters I'm going to need. I apparently am going to need to build fighters, close air support, naval bombers. We're down here. Okay. I also need to, no, I need to click here and assign. I have generals. I need to. And also national character. So, um, it's telling me to modify the military corps because I can promote one of these, but the beautiful anime generals pack gives you huge fucking bonuses when you actually promote them. Like a 30% reduction in production cost is actually insanely massive, and that's just for bombers. So, I mean, there's supply out of attrition, or non-combat out of supply penalty reductions, division attrition reductions. So, huge stuff. We only got 47 political power though, so we're trying to gain that in the meantime. We're also trying to build up the infrastructure of the nation. So you can see I've got infrastructure building here in Jumpland. And then I've also got railroads to try and at least increase the supplies, air bases eventually, and then quite a few number of factories to kick on with the construction as well. Because right now I have 23 that can be used to build railroads, infrastructure, anything I want. So there is that. But we're in August 11th. The main concern last time that we saw is if we go into England's focus tree, they already went with steady as she goes, and also the maintaining imperial integrity, which means we're right over here. So they can select this focus, which would give them the ability to go to war with us, to try and puppet us. Right now they're doing, and they need continental intervention to do so, which is what they're actually focusing on. So they could go down the path of the Middle East, or they could come over for all of us. Denmark, Norway, Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. So they could get a bit touchy. And then also we've nice seeing it. Crack, welcome in. Sorry I was late, man. I told you on your stream too. I was like, oh, the Windows update's fucking the settings shouldn't delay the stream, and then it did. It did. Because I had to spend 10 minutes setting the sound settings on this one, and 35 minutes figuring out why the Wi-Fi adapter broke on the old one. So I didn't even get internet on the old one. So, yeah, a few other things to note about the breakups, by the way. All of the Caribbean, or most of the Caribbean, is broken up. For some reason, Barbados is still British owned, but St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, St. Lucia, Martinique, Dominica, Guadalupe, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Saint Martin, they are all independent, and so is Puerto Rico, Cuba as well, the Bahamas, Jamaica. They're all independent. So, as well as some of what would normally be colonized or start the game colonized in South America, including Guyana, Suriname, and Cayenne. They're all independent. And then also in North America, Canada is broken apart by Quebec and the rest of Canada, and the U.S. is broken apart by the Confederacy and the rest of Canada. So there's that. So what you're saying is a new union is needed under the wise man. Maybe. I don't know. Also, the Sami Republic is independent of us, so we do lose some of our territory that you normally would start the game with. Same with Finland and Norway. And, of course, the Åland Islands are a demilitarized zone. They're owned by France, but they're yes, Ireland is independent, but Northern Ireland is also independent. So Northern Ireland's independent, and so is Ireland. So the Irish Free State is independent as well. So the UK is broken up. So are the Faroe Islands, Iceland, Greenland are all independent as well. So, and then there's some additional ones like Wallachia is independent here, as well as like the Kurdish state actually is independent. So the Kurds get a piece of Iraq and Turkey. Um, Syria is independent, and then you also have Lebanon. You have the Palestinian Mandate, I think is what it's originally called. What is because it's under, or the state of Palestine, or something like that. I think it's the Mandate of Palestine is the name in the original game that they give to this sliver of land. That's independent, and then Transjordan, obviously Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Oman. Muscat and Oman is its own, and so is Yemen. They're independent in the game, but we also have the Trucial State, Qatar, Bahrain, all independent as well. So literally, as much as we could fracture the world, we have fractured it. They start the game with, I think, 297 or 279 countries. We spun a big ass wheel out of those 279 countries. Liechtenstein is even independent in here. They're right there. And then so is San Marino. San Marino, right there. So, and as is Monaco. Monaco, it's so hard to click on them. That's Savory. I want Monaco. There we go, Monaco. As well. Andorra is as well. There they are there too. So Sardinia, Corsica, completely independent. Sicily is independent. Naples is independent from Italy, which is independent from Venice. Malta is its own nation. Same with Cyprus over here. They're independent. So yeah, literally it's as fractured as we could get it. And it always makes for a much more interesting game. I mean, I've had some crazy saves. I'm really upset that I lost my save as ModClick because the game made a major update, because whenever you are either Xinjiang, Tunguestan, ModClick, the Communist China, or the Chinese Soviet Republic, right? Shanxi, the Mongolian Autonomous Region, the Empire of Manchuria, Guangxi, Yunnan, or the regular old Republic of China, you usually get a goal, including the Mongolian People's Republic, by the way, to unify China. And right before, I'll answer that in a second, right before they actually updated the game, I was ModClick, and I had everything except Tibet. I mean, the China, the modern day border of China is about this, right? Actually, it includes this guy, doesn't it? It includes here. So the modern day border of China is Manchuria all the way around, right? But it doesn't include Mongolia. And to reunify China, it includes in the game. It includes Korea and Mongolia, and I had them. I had everything but Tibet. And then the game decided to update. Has Ireland ever expanded in your saves? 9 times out of 10, no, they do not. One save I played way back in the summer, they actually took over Northern Ireland, and they had Northern Ireland. Actually, the save that I had over the summer, England declared war on Ireland and Northern Ireland, and because England has a oh no, that's Northern Ireland focus tree. England has a focus tree here. There it is. Unify the Isles, and they get an annex goal against Wales, Scotland, and Ireland, Northern Ireland, right? So they had that, and then they also had that focused on this one, which was topple the Irish Free State. So they went after basically all of the home nations, and Wales stood no chance, and Scotland got pushed to the absolute brink. I think Scotland had basically the outer islands here, right, and managed to fight back, and Ireland kept them off their shores, right? England took over Northern Ireland, and Ireland pushed them out. and then Ireland and Scotland wound up. Ireland landed in Wales and pushed east, and Scotland finally fought back and came down north, and they managed to take out England. But that's happened once out of like nine saves, so it's usually very rare, extremely rare. So, um, we do have quite a number of research spots. What's the decision that's available? Region-wide industrial. Ireland never do anything. Would love for them to be better. So maybe we'll play them once. Maybe we will play them once. I don't want to use the political power because I want to eventually appoint a I eventually want to appoint an advisor here. So I need 150 to do that. So the nice thing is I get 7. Anyways, going to attempt to sleep again. Have a great stream. Thank you. By the way, before you go, I should give you a shout out. He has the unfortunate nature or characteristic of being a Manchester United fan, but he is the best dealer of crack on the internet. It is Crack Attack Central, and very good to talk to. Good Football Manager streamer as well. Always enjoyable time on his streams. So there you go. Crack Attack Central, definitely worth a follow. If you're into the football or the football management. So we won today, so not a bad day of all things. The second half looked really good from you guys. The first half, you guys were the better side, but it was just a terrible game of football in the first half. I will say that. Second half, you guys looked a lot better. Right. I don't want the armored car. I don't need the armored car. Supply truck attrition, supply hub repair speed, railway repair speed would be nice. I'm thinking I'm going to go with interwar artillery. And I'm going to try and build up some of these secondary things that are level 0. Fleet in being is what I want for the doctrine. So we'll go with that. So that's the naval doctrine. Started. It's basically for capital ships, battleships, super battleships, destroyers, and carriers as well. So, right, Benny, as much as I would love to watch more, I really need to get some sleep. Going to leave it lurk, but big love, my dude. I appreciate you, Dadson. Thank you very much, brother. Have a wonderful night and sleep well. We will see you. I'll probably catch your stream next whenever you're streaming next. But yeah, take care, man. Right. So, we need what does it keep telling me? I get early ship hull. So right now I'm building a destroyer hull, a submarine hull, which the submarine hull isn't even. That the reliability isn't even that great on it. This ups the reliability by nothing. But what does this do? Production cost? So we're going to go with this. Torpedo room, torpedo tubes. Right? It's a... Oh, wait, I already have torpedo tubes. Mine warfare. I can lay mines. I hate laying mines. So we're going to have 2 torpedo rooms. 2 submarine engines, and it's going to cost 10 XP, and I'm gaining 0.47 per day. I'm building cruisers and destroyers. This is a coastal defense ship. I don't know if I want any of that. It's just so expensive to have anything of cost. Like, it's just so expensive. So, what is this? Close air support fighters. I don't want to build them. This is my naval bombers. So if I go to production, I'm not building any planes. It would be nice to get the early planes, the transport planes going. That would be nice. So, I don't know if I need this many weapons either, so let me do that, and then we could start to focus on the tank chassis that we're stockpiling for some reason. We did research, so let's go back. That was the field hospital. Huge, huge for the field hospital. Why do I have 19? Oh, the poster's done. The first poster's done. I need the prosperous industry, please, because it will reduce the need for consumer factories by 5%, which is like another 2 or 3 factories back. So that's decent. I've built the infrastructure up, so if I go to supplies, a lot of the areas that are dark blue that don't have a lot of supplies are because the railway system is not built up there yet. And a lot of the areas that do, the railway system is built up. You can see this, it's very light here, and it's much more pronounced down here. So now we're just building the railway system. That'll help with supplies, and then we'll build some air bases and some other factories and whatnot. So, right. That was the last poster. So they're all going for the next 140 days minimum. So I'm gaining 5 political power, 5.25 a day, which is great because it means I can grab the last of the military staff I need. National character I need as well at some point. Authoritarianism is building in the nation. Fascism is a very small minority, 4.37%. They're stabilized. Communism, nobody's communist, and the Democrats are losing ground. So right now, the next election is September of 1936. It is in a month, and we do not have a controlling party. So we're gonna have Prince Gustav's coup because it will allow me to huh. It'll allow me to get basically claims like, oh, this is nothing. This gives me war against the Soviets, but it's just not. I want to go this way instead of neutral no more and all that. I want to go this way where we get claims on them. So, and I didn't want to divide Denmark. I want to be able to take it from. I mean, it's tiny to begin with because it's been cut apart. The Danes, they've lost. Well, this is not necessarily Denmark. This is genuinely German in the modern day, right? So Denmark is as a whole there, but I don't want to have to go that route. I don't want to divide it because there's also one to divide. Oh, sorry. What a mess. Swedish Defense Act is done. Select a national focus. Prince Gustav's coup. This is what we're going to wind up researching in 35 days. So, the Democrats are probably going to win this election by the slimmest of margins. And then we're going to complete this and they're going to get kicked out of power. Essentially, that's what's going to happen. It is September, so let's grab a loot box. I shouldn't have done that. I could use the 50 political power points, but, you know, it is what it is. I hope I get something good in the loot box. Yeah, they've just finished their continental. Okay, so now they're going for special operations, which could give them war goals against the Kingdom of Belgium, which doesn't exist, and the Netherlands, which does exist. Because Belgium's split into two. It also means that they could go after Ireland. So England could get a little bit frisky here. It's the risk. So we got 10 command power. Not the best. We're already at max command power anyway. So kind of a waste, that one. What about Navy? What are you? You're a heavy cruiser. What do you have? Destroyers? What do you have? Submarines? And what do you have? You have everything. So we're going to make another one. And include that. And this is going to be the reserve fleet number 2. So now if I go to production. And I go to... You're heavy cruisers. But I'm not building heavy cruisers. I need to, oh, that's useful. Okay. Design's too expensive. Okay. What do I need? 18. Okay. I don't know what. Mongolia's fighting a civil war though, like, holy moly. Mongolian people, yeah, the greater Mongolian state. So authoritarians have broken off from the Marxists, and now they're fighting. Judging by the number of units alone, this is not going to be, I mean, this is militia, so it's like, it's got nothing against a full army, but just the amount of militia they have, and they have an army unit, 2 army units. I think the Marxists are going to win this. So. Yeah, no, not great. Is that Mao that leads them? No. Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm back up to 89 political power, which is good. I need this. I need the naval experience to increase. The army experience, oddly enough, gives me the ability to up the reliability. And I'm gaining 0.26. I'm gaining that the slowest. I actually could also come here and just grab that, and the reliability will be max, which might be worth it. Also increases the soft attack and the breakthrough, so I'm going to do that. And then we're going to be like, bam, there we go. So, basic light tank chassis is maxed out. So, I hope I'm recruiting them. Zanko! What's going on, brother? How are you? I could use a logistics company, in all honesty. organization for these guys is so not high at all. But I'm fine watching NBA and chilling. Nice. What about you? We're playing some Hearts of Iron. I could use a logistics company. Now, if I were to train that, which I do want to do, and I'm going to put him in Gothenburg. So, is it going to tell me I need motorized equipment? It is going to tell me I need motorized equipment. So now I have to go over here and build this guy, motorized equipment. So, let me put him up. What does the engine give me? Speed, but I don't need speed because I'm only building him for I'm only building him to be a support unit. So let's do that. Let's knock him back down and then back up, and that'll give me the motorized unit. So we are currently Sweden. We have 279 nations in the world. We spun a big wheel, and we got Sweden. So we're currently playing through Hearts of Iron 4 as Sweden. Guys should be able to hear the game. Yeah, I think you can. So that's where we're at right now. And everything that can be broken up has been broken up. So everything that can be decolonized has been decolonized. So it's a very, very fractured world. You know what I would like? I would like the Sami Republic, which would be nice. The other nice thing is because we're going to install Prince Gustav as the head. Man, these elections are going to be insanely close. Insanely close. Oh no, I ain't returning that to them. You kidding me? It does mean that this we won't be a social democracy anymore, which means that the justify war goal on you need the world tension to be 100% for a social democracy to declare war. The only exception is if you come down here and research brinkmanship, which justify generate war goal tension limit is -25. Then it would be 75% world tension. Right now the world tension is at -2. So mainly because of the civil war in Spain, which is giving 2/10. The civil war in Mongolia is not contributing at all, and then Italy's peace treaty is contributing -2.2%, but that is rolling off over time. So usually it's 0.1% per month. So in 22 months that won't be a factor anymore. Everything scales down. The only time things do not scale down over time is if you are actively at a war, which there are two. The Spanish Civil War and the Mongolian Civil War. So, the Republican Spain is leading, Nationalist Spain is leading over Republican Spain, but Republican Spain has gone communist, so it's the People's Republic of Spain versus the Spanish state. So obviously Franco, and he's taking on Jose Diaz, who is a Stalinist. So so anyway. Give me 1 second while I take care of something. Okay. Right. Hold on, one more. I think that's that. Alright, cool. Maybe not. Alright, cool. There we go. I hope we're good now. Alright. I am 13 political power away from assigning a a chief of army. All these are 150 or 100, so I'm gonna wait till we get to 150 and assign a chief of army. That'll help. Prince Gustav's coup is 22 days away. England are giving special operation executives, which will they can't focus on the Iraq goal yet. England's got 25 units and they've got fucking 37. They've got a lot of navy. A lot of navy. That's Wales. This is England. 9 ships here. Another 7 ships here. 10 ships here. So that's 26 ships. These 13 is 39 ships. And that's just what they have anchored. I don't think they have anything out on the seas, but they might. So it's going to be, if they, I mean, I do have 31 here. But they're all submarines. None of them are capital ships. So. Yeah. And then the 30 submarines, yeah. And then I've got a little, like, it's going to be difficult, I think. We're producing a lot of subs. A lot of subs. We're producing, how many submarines are we producing? 3.9 units a month in subs. Cruisers were producing 2.3 units a year. And destroyers were producing 1.37 units per month. So we're producing subs like mad. I think the Gothenburg class should go above the Draken class. 3 political power away. So next day, it's already 1700. How's the wars going on? I think nationalist Spain here is going to probably win this war. They almost always do. And then over in Mongolia, election, Democratic parties in minority. Politics in the Kingdom of Sweden have grown increasingly radicalized, where there was once broad support for parties which supported democratic ideals. The Kingdom of Sweden's representative institutions. More voters have turned to political extremes in this election. The parties in the political middle, even if they choose to set aside their differences, no longer form a majority. To avoid a weak minority government, we have no choice but to cooperate with either fascists or communists. A minority government we will work with the fascists to strengthen the Kingdom of Sweden. We will do that, and that's just bumped them from 10 to 14%. Prince Gustav's coup has been completed, I think. Oh no, that fucked me up. Because they canceled because that put the support for King Gustav's government down below 45%. I should have I fucked up. I just fucked up. Let's go with Swedish industrial reinvigoration. And then after the 70 days, because they're losing again. They're losing it again um, at a rate of 1/10 per day, and we're gaining 3/10 per day here on the authoritarian side. What maybe after the 70 days we will be able to reelect, or we'll be able to go after Prince Gustav's coup again, and then we can finish that and actually get towards um, you know, reuniting Scandinavia. Modified government we got. We have a military. So, division speed, division attack. That's pretty good for the head of the army. Just straight away, division attack, division speed, division defense, and army experience gain plus 5%. um, I don't really care for war support. Militia's weak. I don't really want anything to do with militia. I don't want to specialize in motorized. Um, Org loss when movie division recovery rate, armored organization regain. Division defense we might need. But I'd rather have one that's attack and defense. Army experience, supply consumption. Infantry division, okay, hold on. Army experience gain plus 5%. Division attack plus 10%. Infantry division attack plus 10%. Armor division attack plus 10%. Artillery attack 10%. Motorized attack 10%. Mechanized attack 10%. Militia attack 10%. That's pretty fucking good. That's just overall. And I was thinking about division speed would be nice. But it's just division attack. So this is attack and defense and speed. This is I think I'm going to go with the speed. The 150. So that's the first one. Hmm. If I get 150, I can do individual rights, which is stability plus 5. But then I could do balanced approach, and that would give me the same stability. It would also give me ideology drift defense and plus 5% damage to garrisons. What about will of the people? Stability. Reach communal decision making would be, but you need to have you need to be anarchism to do that. I don't think we'll get that. Research speed plus 5, justice and liberty. Current ruling party is not authoritarian. It's going to be, so we might have to burn it and get that. What's personality cult? Justify war goal time minus 25%. Personality cults, okay. Current ruling party must not be democratic. What about the next one? Cultural norms is the one here you want. Factory output, resource gain efficiency, alone. You just have to not be anarchism or anarchist. And then brinksmanship is the one here, and you just need more than 20% world tension. So, find trade partners. That's fine. I've just used the last of my political power to do that, but it's fine. We've got we managed to get an army unit trained up. My thing is, can I add units? Yes. Can I add units here? Yes. Can I add units here? Yes. All right, let's go. Low manpower. That was why I didn't want to add units. Because I need the manpower. Weekly manpower, 2,600. How much manpower do you need for this? 7,100, and it takes what? 3 months. So you're asking, say, 12 weeks. So if you're gaining 2,600 manpower for 12 weeks, that's only about 31,500 manpower. And you're using 7,100 a division. So by adding 2 divisions, I would use what? I would use what is it? 7,100. So 14, 28, 30, 42. Right. Let's get the engine going. Aircraft construction, please. Thank you. We'll use that guy. I'm not gonna have the fighters. That's my only thing. How much? He's gonna have a lot of Air Force. I can't fight him in the skies. I just don't have that capability right now. I just can't do it. He's got so many units, so many planes. He's got a few hundred planes. What has he got? He's got 19, 129, so that's 148, 70, so that's 218, 43, so that's 261, 39, so that's 300, 169, so that's 469, and he's got 256 on 469. 469, 256 is 475, plus the 50 is 225, or 525, plus the 200 is 725. And he's got another 48 down here. So he's got 573 airplanes alone. That's that. I have 78. Like, I just can't build them. They just cause, and they take factories away from the rest of what I want, which is weapons and lots of weapons. So, speaking of weapons, that'll cost 40 XP to do. It'll give me defense, soft attack, piercing, breakthrough, and hard attack. I have 13 XP right now. I need to get a way to get my XP quicker as well, because it's going to be useful later on when all I want to do is upgrade weapons and divisions. So, do you have a logistics company? You don't have a logistics company yet. Am I researching a logistics company? I am, and it's done in 29 days. You're done in 60. You are currently at 41.36%. You are at 44.13%. You're losing 0.1% a day. The communists have got to be dead and buried. Yeah, they are. What is the Spanish Civil War looking like? Not good for the Stalinists. What is the Mongolian Civil War looking like? Oh, they've wiped them out in the east. They've only got them left here in the west. So if the militia can hold against this advance, and they can get these units that are over here in the east back over to the west, especially these guys, then this war over here will be over. Modify Officer Corp. Who do you keep telling me? Oh, you, because you're available and you're only 35, but I'm holding out for the 150s. This Mongolian war is going to be over. The authoritarians aren't going to win. Shoibal-san is going to lose this to Gendon. So. Oh, that's October. That is a cavalry unit. So now I've got 10 units deployed. I need manpower is what I need. So when these are up, I need to find a way to get manpower going. Do we have any that would give me manpower? Yes, this one. The weekly manpower, 5,000. Not bad. This one also gives me weekly manpower, 2,500. Non-core manpower plus 700. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's huge. Where are we at with construction? Some railroads coming along nicely. We're almost at the air bases actually already. That's nice. That's huge. Let's get rid of this guy. Uh, uh, let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of this guy. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. I'm gonna have to reload this web page. Fuck's sake. Let's also get rid of this guy, please. And then reload the web page. Cool. Sorry, dickheads being dickheads in another chat. You know the way big at times. You just gotta nuke them. Ain't got any other choice. There we go. Cool. Right. Jesus, I'm worried about England. I am. Baldwin can get very aggressive. Let's check what's going on in the Americas. There is the possibility that Canada can get a little. Oh, they went with the Popular Front. That's the Communism Front. They could go and strike America. And then also America does have a War Department, and they haven't researched anything further, but they can go. They have a whole bunch of different targets they can go after, and they haven't done that yet. We just finished paratroopers, which are huge for me, because I do nothing but rely on them. They are my bread and butter in this game. So we're gonna go here. And then I'm gonna go into the recruitment, and we're gonna edit the paratroop division. Combat with only 6 is not great. Paratroopers. Paratroopers. I'll save that for now. I could use a field hospital. It does decrease organization, but it just it's just excellent. Like, it gives you, I don't know. Maintenance company would be nice. Maintenance company probably. And then definitely an engineer company. 100% an engineer company. Actually, probably won't need an engineer maintenance company. It's just an engineer company I'll put on the paratroopers, because we're going to need to keep them pretty light, right? So so this will move their combat with up to 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So I just want to fill out 3 columns of the paratroopers and then add an engineer. So this is going to be, what is each one? 4. So it'll be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 34 XP to finish out the paratroopers. They're going to be ready in 2 days. So I'm going to leave this division designer up. Also on 67 political power. Kingdom of Romania has declared war on the Arab Caliphate. That is a huge spike in, there's also the Romanian legionary state in the kingdom. So this is a civil war. Where are you, Romania? This is Transylvania. This is Moldova. This is Romania. Yep, it's a civil war. Kingdom of Romania and the Romanian Legionary State. The Kingdom of Romania is a civilian dictatorship, party ideology authoritarian, and the Romanian Legionary State is run by the PNC, which is fascist. However, 53% of the population are aligned with the Democrats. So, looks like the Kingdom of Romania are the separatists in this one. Big spike in the world tension because of that, by the way. Right. I lost my division designer. I need to go back. Recruit and deploy. Yes. Paratroops. Save. So now 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 30. 30 XP away. I'm gaining 0.27 a day. So I would need 100 days will give me 27 XP. The Federation of Nigeria joins the what? It didn't even say. Holy shit! They formed a new nation. They had to have. In parody, no. They have recent political unification, don't they? Yeah. Nigeria just... A lot of Togo's the only one that did not agree to be part of the Federation. Holy shit. Nigeria just exploded. And they are an oligarch. That's what you can say about the U.S. current day. Right. World's getting a bit interesting. They've actually generated 10% of the world tension. It's just mitigated by 2% from the Kingdom of Italy, from the peace treaty at the beginning of the game. Right, nice mechanical computing done. Base fire control systems are next. Next research that's complete is the logistics company in 16 days. Our national focus is 48 days away, and we still need the authoritarians to build a little bit more support. We need them at 45% in order to get Prince Gustav's coup going, which we were on track to complete until the 1936 elections in September, just last month. That gave the popularity back from the authoritarians over to the fascists. So, but they're losing it. The fascists are losing it. They are 15%, 14.5%, but they're losing a 1/100% per day. We're gaining 3/100% per day. And the Democrats are losing 3/100% per day. They're down to 43.72%. So they're barely the majority. So that is region-wide industrial integration, which adds a building slot in Gotland, which is, I think, this guy right over here. but we're waiting again on the 150. Actually, yeah, we're waiting on the 150. I think I'm going to go for Justice and Liberty would be nice. But daily neutrality support would absolutely get hammered. So I think it's going to have to be personality cult. But the current ruling party must not be democratic. Then what's the other one I was thinking of? Revolutionary needs. Cultural norms would be at 175. What about this one? Balanced approach. I think balanced approach would be the one. I think I'm fine there. I think I'll go after the generals. Oh, they're cheaper. Look at that. Okay. So I can actually pull in one of my Chief of Navy. So, naval max range plus 25%. Navy agility. Oh, yeah, this is the one. Naval agility plus 10%. Naval speed plus 15%. Naval organization plus 15%. Capital ship attack plus 20%. Capital ship armor plus 15%. Light gun hit chance plus 20%. Heavy gun hit chance plus 20%. That's big. Anything else even remotely close to that? Not really. Not even, no, not really at all. Production cost reductions on the capital ships by 20%. Dockyard output plus 500%. Pretty big. Plus you get naval experience gain. 1 per day. That's big. That's also pretty big. Damn. That got me thinking. I think I'm coming down to that's not bad. I'm down on what is the ones I'm down on? I'm down on Nevada, which is going to be all those bonuses we talked about, or Hathor the Heavenly Cow. Fleet coordination plus 10%, naval experience plus 1 daily, number of ships in the first contact plus 50%, naval max range factor plus 50%, convoy rating efficiency is plus 100%, escort efficiency plus 100%. Wouldn't really use either. But dockyard output plus 500%. Having said that, I think the more I think about it, the more I'm going to go for Nevada. I need 75 command power for the next one, and I'm at 41, so we're good there. Let's have a manual save of the game, though, while we're at it, shall we? Here we go. 42 days left. How many do you have? You have 25 days left. We're not at the right amount of percentages. We're at 41.93%. So we're gonna get there slowly, but it's gonna be slowly. I'm not gonna be able to do it after this one. I'm gonna have to probably go into that gives me coastal forts. That's not bad. Jumpstart the arms industry. Gives me 2 military factories. This gives me 2 air bases. This gives me 2 civilian factories and infrastructure. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 3 building slots and 2 civilian factories. Just alone. How about my PSG penalties? Love them since day one. Get this guy out of here. Get this guy out of here. What's up, chicken parm dinner? What's going on? We are Sweden in a world going mad. Nigeria just merged. Like all these countries over here. I think that's what this is Equatorial. This is Guinea-Bissau and this is Gambia. But still can't believe they lost like that. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. Now it's Villa's turn. I think Aston Villa got them next. So, how's the war in Spain going? They haven't really moved. I think 8% was last I checked. They are still at 8%. The Chinese Soviet Republic declared war on the Ma Click Collective. This is 9 times out of 10 what happens. They research this and then they go to war. I actually had that happen to me when I played Ma Click, but I had built. You can see right here they have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units. And I had built up, I think by the time they declared war, I had like 30, and I was able to just blow over them. You can't believe they lost like that. Think about how Atletico Madrid fans feel. Granted, it was a double touch. Like, they're not going to want to hear that. But it was 100% a double touch. And even if it wasn't, they still missed another penalty. Like, right. These guys are at war as well. That's very much a stalemate. What do you got? 2, 4, 5 units against 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You guys should steamroll them. How have you not won this war already? I mean, I know there's a giant mountain there, but go around it. Anyway. We are building up as much as we can. I do need more manpower. That's the only real problem I have is I'm in need of manpower. Effective total manpower modified to 107% due to limited rights. Well, wait, is this limited rights? Is this? I actually want to move it to enforced patriarchy, but I took this for the construction speed of the uh, facilities. So, and the 7% recruitable population. I lose recruitable population when I go to enforce patriarchy. So, but it is what it is. Almost there. It is October, almost November in the game. First year's almost done and dusted in the books. The world is just starting to heat up. 8% tension now. 8.5% with that Ma click, the Ma Soviet War, Chinese Ma War. 71% in favor of the defenders for the Mongolian War. I'm telling you, if they can, these units should just march. They should just. I mean, they're unopposed, man. If I was it, this guy would go here, this guy would go here, and I would be able to wrap this unit up in an entrenchment, and then these two units just double attack this guy. And when he's done taking this territory, he just wipes out these two and entrenches this guy. Or, if this guy falls back, whether here or here, then he can just continue to move towards Ulangon And that's the only city he's got left. That's the only victory point he's got left is in Orlangum, I think. So yeah, if that falls, once that territory falls, the Mongolian Civil War is over. So short-lived on that one. This one looks like it ain't going anywhere for a while. They're not trying. They're not even trying. And then this one's the big one. What? I think the Nationalists will win this. They usually do. So. In fact, what are they at now? Still 8%? Yeah. But I mean, they're... I mean, he's so many cities are right on the border. Toledo, Madrid, Cuenca, Cuenca, Albacete, like all of these are right on the border. Granada, Malaga, like, come on. Oviedo up here as well. Like, they lose any ground, and they lose victory points. Any ground. They've already lost Casp, which is the 8% that you see. And that's one victory point. Valencia's right here, and that's 10. So, Madrid is 30. Toledo's right here on the border, and that's 1. Albacete's 1. Cuenca is 1. Malaga's 5. Oviedo, I think, is comparable. Oviedo's 3. So, I have to hold on to those cities on the border. That's the difference. Right, we need an air marshal, a chief of the Air Force. Air attack, air superiority is the one main mission we were going to need, and that's plus 30% bonus. That's pretty good. Air superiority, escort efficiency plus 20%. Division attrition minus 15%. Air superiority plus 20%. Ground support plus 15%. Experienced soldier losses minus 18%. I'm leaning on that one. This is air. Oh, I don't know. This is production cost reductions for fighters and medium bombers and naval bombers. And air superiority. That's just range. Whoa, air range plus 150%. Ace generation chance plus 80%. Escort efficiency plus 120%. Air mission efficiency plus 90%. Air manpower requirement minus 90%. Plus 1 experience gain per day. Minus 100% air accidents chance. Air attack plus 75%. Air defense plus 75%. Agility plus 50%. Air aces bonus plus 80%. Air home defense plus 100%. Enemy air support minus 50%. Ground support plus 150%. Night operations penalties minus 50%. Air wing mission experience gain plus 50%. And ace effectiveness plus 800%. The only thing that I don't get with that is air superiority, but that's a lot of fucking bonuses. That I might just go with that and say fuck it. Although the one up here that did production costs minus 15% is pretty huge. I just think this is too much to pass up on. So we'll grab her. And then I need 150 for the rest, right? Yeah. These aren't discounted. These are 150. So we'll save up for that. Logistics company's done. The signal company is the last one I need. So we'll do that. Also upgraded reliability plus 5%. Not bad. Breakthrough plus 3. This is mechanized. This is motorized. Let's just do breakthrough plus 3%. There you go. How much do we have left? 30 days left. I got another decision. What's the decision? Expand German trade influence. We'll do it. We'll do it. No, I don't want to. I don't want the. To lose the civilian factories. I'll do it one more time, and then I don't want to lose the civilian factories. We're building railroads. We're almost at the point where we're starting to build naval dockyards. I'm going to move that to the top. That's a civilian factory. So that'll be ready in a month. That's fine. I'm going to go to recruit, deploy, edit you, and add a paratrooper. So now I need 4, 8, 12, 20, or 16, 28, or 26, and I have 2. So almost done upgrading the equipment, which I would love to come in here and upgrade these, but this is it also costs XP, and I just do not get XP right now. You're telling me I can upgrade the core again, but that's only on 35 experience. It's only him. So we're waiting on 150 for them. We're going to autosave here in a minute and move into November. How are you guys doing down here? They're hanging in. They're hanging in. They're not advancing, and they're nowhere close to taking back CASP. How's the Romanian war doing? Absolute stalemate there. And then the Mongolian war here. That's an autosave. Oh, that's the end of the fight. Okay. I would just march, man. Just march and take them out. No need to dilly-dally. What are you doing? You are almost done your special operations executive. In 10 days. Wow, when is our focus done? 27. The authoritarians are gaining power, but very slowly. They're at 42.41%. The Democrats are at 43.08. The fascists are still at 14.5. Surprisingly. He needs to be at 45%. So I'm 2.59% off. Interwar artillery is done. So I can research more artillery. 2.16 years? Oh, yeah. That's ahead of time. I can't research more. I would have to do a massive penalty. Right. Let's shift focus then, shall we? Let's do the Navy. Yeah, the Navy. Because I don't have all of my research done for the Navy. So let's get the damage control going. 15%, 5%, 5%. Let's do you. You're gonna be a while, aren't you? Where was that? Firefighting drills, 124 days. Okay. 9 days left till construction 1. That's big. That'll increase the speed at which we're constructing buildings, which right now is a 235% bonus. But we're doing limited exports. Expected number of factories put on consumer goods, 25%. More than 25% more support. Volunteer only. One of the following must be true. All of the following must be true. Current ruling party is Democratic and you're at war. Any enemy country has more than 20% of kingdoms, or all of the following must be true. Current ruling party is not democratic, has one of the following must be true. Has economy partial mobilization, war economy, or total mobilization. No, but I do want partial mobilization, and I can get it with 135. And what that will do is lower the expected number of factories put on consumer goods by 10%. So what's going to happen is currently, from occupation, currently I'm only using 17 consumer factories. The people expect 24% of our 73 civilian and military factories to produce consumer goods. This need is filled by 49 of our civilian factories, leaving us with 32 factories where 32 can be used for trade. Factors multiplied together, 70%. 70%, okay. Cool. I can get this from civilian economy to partial mobilization. That's big. Then it means that once we go non-democratic, I can cut to limited exports. It reduces research speed, factory output, dockyard output, construction speed, yes. But it gives me some of the resources I need, which I'm starting to dry up on a little bit. Steel, I mean, I have plenty, so it's not imperative I go from export focus to limited export. I could actually probably just jump up to free trade, right? But then I lose another 30% of my resources to the market. Right? Like I'm exporting 100. This would go up to 160. So I would be left with 40. I don't know if I want to short sell myself that much. What about volunteer only? Limited conscription. Does not have national spirit. Initial rearmament. Which I need to go over here and what is the one that lets me conclude rearmament? That's it. If I do jumpstart the arms, Swedish Army staff, and then conclude rearmament, I can remove initial rearmament. Remove initial rearmament, which grants civilian to military factory conversion minus 20%. Yeah. So cannot increase conscription law. I will be able to once I get rid of once I focus on conclude rearmament. So Swedish industrial. This is such a big section of the trade too. Like the civilian factories, the infrastructure alone, the naval dockyards just gives me a huge amount of bonuses. Aluminum mill, steel mill, resource utilization, add production of 5 tungsten and steel. Like just so huge. Resource efficiency gain, plus 10%. It also gives me a research slot. Like, bro, this is such a huge portion of the tree. But if I can get rid of conclude rearmament, I can go from volunteers only to limited subscription, which increases the recruitable population. So. which will give me more manpower. 1.61% of eligible core population is available out of the 6.18 million. So the recruitable population every month is growing by 121 soldiers. It's not a lot. Weekly manpower up 2,600 though we are getting, and that is coming from one of our posters, right? Which are doing the top one here, yeah. Weekly manpower plus 2,500. This railroad's going to be done the next day, and then this will move this up to 15, and this guy will start getting the 2, and I only need 6 for this. So this factory's done November 28th, so that'll add a third, and then I can move up the next civilian factory. Where did it go? Where did that guy just go? I don't know, but that's fine with me. So so he'll move up. This guy will be done on the 28th. This guy, it'll be done on the 21st, and then he'll be down to 5. So supply should start to look better where we're building railroads. I'm not building a supply hub, am I? No, I don't have any supply hubs to build. Okay, construction 1's finished. That's good. That increases the construction speed. Only for transport range plus 35%. Hell yes. I want the range on those planes. So now that you're done though, resource efficient excavation 1. Resource efficiency gain plus 100 or plus 10%, right? So where are you? Here you are. Yeah, resource efficiency gain plus 10%. That'll take areas that we have, whatever. Here we have 192 rubber, 6 steel. That'll increase it 10%. This will go up to 211 rubber. What do you want? Region-wide industrial integration. You want paratroopers. Yes. I want to complete this focus branch as quickly as possible, because they will be useful. Movement will receive damage. We'll have their current organization reduced, and then grab this. Enables airborne light armor, and then battalion mount all paratroopers. Recovery rate plus 15%, defense plus 15%. That's if you build a signal company with them, right? And then transport space factor minus 50, and the special forces supply grace is huge. Cold and hot acclimatization, supply use, organization, breakthrough, and soft attack. Division training time and the cap. I'm not worried about the cap. So it's just going to be, we're going to go here for combat insertion, and then we're going to go down this branch here as well. So what did we finish? We finished aircraft construction. So now I can focus on basic small airframes. I might want to do the tanks, but they're not going to be useful in Sweden, Norway, Finland. Really not going to be useful till we get onto the main peninsula, or the main continent. I do want to keep going with airplanes, I think. Range improvements. Well, the next bump is 1940. This is 1939. And then these are 1940. So let's finish out. Although the transport there is what's really needed, like really needed. I'm gonna finish out what I started on Air Force. So range improvements first. Okay. Range improvements first. And then we'll do the frames, the war frames. Air defense +5, strat bombing, naval attack, air defense +5. We're at 120. That's not what I wanted. I wanted you guys. Limited exports. Civilian account. Partial mobilization is what I wanted. Military factory construction speed +10%. Also expected number of factories put on consumer goods is 25%. So that's big. We just need 15 more. So 3 more days. 3 more days. And the one just ticked over. So 2 more days. How's the war in Spain going? Not good for the Stalinists. They took this area, so Conseca is, or Cuenca is under a lot of pressure. They haven't moved in the north, but if they lose Malaga, it'll be even uglier. What are they at percentage-wise? Still 8, yep. Romanian civil war is in a status quo. Chinese Ma war hasn't moved. Let's take a look at those real quick. They're fighting them again here. I think, oh man, he's trying to move in with a lot of forces. He is going to get smoked. Same here, I think, because he's trying to move in with 2 units from different territories. And then the Chinese Ma war. Where's that at? They've taken 1 territory, Communist China, or 1 province. But there's a way. I can see a way, given the way the units are. I can see a way that Ma wins this. They have to be very careful. They have to get more units on this line and really go at them. But, you know, these are militia. These are easy to bowl over. So, if they play their cards right, Communist China is in trouble. Right. Partial mobilization. Yes. Democrats are still losing space. We're up to 42.98%. Almost there. Jumpstart the arms industry is what we're going to do next. We're going to get 2 military factories. Then we're going to get Swedish Army staff. And then we're going to do conclude rearmament. But in between jumpstart the arms industry and Swedish Army staff, I'm going to Prince Gustav's coup. And then for the brown shirts, it requires the Swedish brown shirts. It requires Sven Olsen addresses the Åland Convention, which I've already abandoned neutrality, so I can't do that. I can't do that at all. This gives me a conquer war goal against Kingdom of Prussia. Topple government against Austria. Topple government against Italy. Topple government against German Reich. I should have gone this route. I should have gone this route. I didn't. I can demand Åland with Prince Gustav's coup, because it requires one or the other. But that's... I don't get anything else with that. Okay. And Finland's got 18 units, so... My army's not necessarily impressive compared to his. The Semi-Republic's got nothing. So 9%? Why? Brazil seeks imperialist policy. The Empire of Brazil. Have they gone, is that communist? No, they've gone absolute monarchism. Authoritarians have won. So, they've gone with imperialism. So next is tiro de guerra. Um, interesting. Interesting. Uh, which is given world tension point 4, and it's peeling off. So right now we're at what? 5, 10, 10 and a half, 10.9, 11.1, and we're losing 1.8 off that 11.1. So that's 10.1 minus zero point 0.8. So 9.3 is what world tension's at right now. So and it will move depending on who wins this war in Spain. Something tells me it's not going to be the Stalinists. Also going to depend who wins the war in Mongolia, the civil war in Mongolia, and the war between the Maklik Collective and the Chinese Soviet Republic. They're not moving. They're going real cautious about it for some reason. Right. November about to turn into December. We finished Army Focus, which gives me... Army Focus was over here. It was a special research division. So, I'm going to go here for the production efficiency growth and the lack of resources penalty. Because it is going to open up, eventually, like a whole production branch. That's 140 days for that one. Right. I moved to partial mobilization. I need to finish initial rearmament. And then we can move into limited conscription, which will give me more recruitable population. My manpower is increasing. I'm up to 84,000. Swedish industrial reinvigoration is done in 3 days. What is England going on next? The Shadow Scheme. Prepare for the inevitable. They did this. What is the Shadow Scheme? Limited rearmament. Okay, at least they've pulled out of this branch for now. Because the steady as she goes branch is what we worry with, because it just has so many war goals here, including against us. And they're only essentially, they can be only 140 days away from pursuing that, which is not what we want. There's 4 wars currently: Mongolian Civil War, Romanian Civil War, Spanish Civil War, and also the Chinese Ma War. So, what's our construction look like? This civilian factory is done in a day. So you're going to see this move to 15, this move to 9, that should. In fact, I'm going to move that up here. This will still be done. So this should move to 15, this should move to 9. No, did I lose that factory to consumer goods? Sometimes when you build factories, because it's a percentage, you lose it to consumer goods. That's totally possible. When are you done? December 7th, and then you tick down to 2 to go. I should move you up this way, because then you'll be done December 3rd. Yeah, that's not a significant difference. But the railways are getting close to completion. See, these are not as dark blue. Here it is still dark blue, but these are a little bit more supplied up here. Now that these main railways are built. There it is, Swedish industrial integration. We need to go to jumpstart the arms industry. And then we finished fire control systems. So I am caught up on electrical engineering. I can go with fortification engineering, which is just coastal forts and land forts. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to come back over here and probably pull it into the tank research, because that is behind. That's on I'm at 1934 currently. So if I research the heavy, I can tear through 1936, and by the time I do that, I'll not be able to knock off these 1930. These are 1938s. So I don't know. I could go airplanes being mechanized infantry is down on 1930. This is 1939. Let's go with the tank. Let's go with the heavy. Okay. Whew, okay. Maxed heavy. Okay. But then also there's that. So he gets all the bonuses. I need 150 for this. What about you? What did I want? Balanced? Yes, I want a balanced approach. For this one, I think, justify Wargol time would be so huge. So huge. The Dems are now the minority. They're down to 42.17%. The authoritarians are up to 43.32, and the fascists have stayed at 14.5, despite the fact that we've tried to ban their party. I mean, fascism and communism are essentially banned. So I might have to do anti-fascist raids. We would lose stability, but is what it is. I think there's no reason for me to do anti-fascist raids. It's just a waste of political power, which is already in short supply. I am at 10 experience, so the paratroopers, by the way, are getting closer to being put into commission. I need 4, 8, and 18, and I have 2 experience, so I'm 16 XP away from starting to develop paratroopers, which would be absolutely the most awesome thing, because then, even if England comes after us, if I build the paratroopers up enough and I pick my spot, I will be able to go after, I will be able to fly them into England. I also am going to need transport planes. A lot of transport planes. And I don't think I'm building any right now. And that could be a very big problem. No, early transport plane is here. Range. Needs reliability. First off, TP9 will get range plus 35. Let's just do this and up the reliability. So I should have an airbase somewhere that's building planes. Early transport planes. Yes, they're being put into production. Right now I'm building 1.23 a week, but it's only at 82.19% towards the cap. And the cap is 165%. So. will fill the need. Oh, what was that? Sorry. We will fill the need in 497 days. And that's just for 100 planes to take 100 troops. These guys have done it in 44 days. I don't think I need this many weapons, mate. I think that's my problem. 198 weapons per day seems like a 248.13 weapons per day. The cap is 210%, and I'm not even at it. And I can go like this when I have 40 XP and make those arms extremely difficult. But also, by the time I even get that XP, it'll be 1939, and I'll be able to research small arms from 1939. This is useful. Field anti-vehicle kit. All infantry and motorized and mechanized get heart attack plus 25%, piercing plus 25%. I'm giving them defense and breakthrough right now. That's for cavalry. Cavalry? Yeah, mounted infantry and infantry. So cavalry and regular infantry. So that has 14 days to go. 13 days to go now. When that's done, we'll research anti-field kits, and then the arms will be done. It'll be the special forces and the climate-specific divisions that we don't really ever need that will wind up being next. I've got an hour left of stream. These guys will be done as well. How many days do you have left? 23. So one of them will go on mechanized infantry and trains and railways. We'll go into this mechanized infantry tab. And then this one will probably go into I don't know. I might do the forts. It's only 2 technologies. One is 51 days, the other is 26 days. Like, that's not a lot. We could probably knock them out. This branch is almost opening up without a penalty because this is 1937. So I'm still 96 days away from completing the 1936 branch, which gives me synthetic refineries and fuel gain per oil. But I think that's fine because I'll be into, I do have bonuses down here. So this will complete at the end of the month, and then this will take me to about July, end of July, and then I'll be able to hit these 3 before 1938. And then once these are done, which I can get halfway through 1938, I have half a year before the next branch opens up in 1939. These are a year ahead of time. So these are 1938. There's no year imprinted on here, but this is 1938. So I have 2, after this is done in 118 days, I'll be able to get 1 more before the 1938 branches open up. I think it might have to be the ships, because I'm going to need them. Yeah. Sorry. 5 years ahead of time for this one? So what that would be, 1942? 1943 for these guys? Okay. That is region-wide industrial integration that opens up. Gives me a building spot, but we're on hold for now because we want to get the we want to get up to 150 and potentially do the military high command, because I have 3 commanders left that can give me huge bonuses towards whatever it is that I want. And once I do have them, then I can worry about region-wide industrial integration and anything else I would, loot boxes, anything else I would need command power for. We want to get these guys in place. I think one might have to be experience. I'm gaining a lot of air experience, which is awesome, but I'm just not getting enough naval and army experience, especially army. But navy's not doing too great either, so I think that's what we'll do. Let's see. Popularity 43.6%. So this is got 59 days left, and we're gaining at 0.03 a day. So that is zero point 0.3 for every 10 days, and it's almost 60 of them, right? So that's 1.8 minus 0.03. So 1.6, 1.77, which would be enough to get us over the line. So with about like 10 days left, this is probably going to be, I'll probably have 45% support for Kunga's-Renji, and when I do that, I'll be able to have Prince Gustav's coup back, which will prepare me for Norway and Finland, right, and Denmark. Return to Sweden, Norway, which I can demand Norwegian annexation, and then Finland is the one that's next. But I have to complete the focus demand Åland. Demanded Åland less than 100 days ago. So Prince Gustav's coup does not have national spirit initial rearmament. So I'm going to have to do this and then initial rearmament anyway. Or conclude rearmament anyway. Like, I have to get through this anyway. Because once I lose that national focus, then these three will open up. Demand Åland, the Finnish crown, return to Sweden, Norway. Combination that holds land in the Baltic. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll probably do demand Åland. Well, return to Sweden, Norway first. So it'll be this current focus, then Prince Gustav's coup, Swedish Army staff, conclude rearmament, and then it'll be demand Åland, return to Sweden, Norway, the Finnish crown, and then claim the Danish throne. And then after that, it'll be march across the belts, and then what is this? What is the Salis-Jobaden agreement? Where is that? Because it says it needs one of the following. Oh, it's over here. Okay. The Red Menace. I love it. All right. We're mid-December. How's Spain doing? Ooh. I feel like every time I come over here, it looks like it's getting smaller, but I can't point out where they took any territory. They did take this, I think. No? They have taken this and this. And then... Man. They've taken this and this. And this. I think this is where they gained it. Yikes. Where are they at now? What's it? That's 8% still, right? Because, yeah, victory points haven't changed. This is still a stalemate. They're still staring at each other over there. In Mongolia, same provinces are fighting. No new news. They're fighting over here. Oh, I think he's gonna lose this. And that would be disastrous for Ma because it'll open up Wuzhong for the taking. I think. I don't like this. I don't think they have all their units. Like, these units should be in on the front lines. They should be throwing everything they can at them. Like, these are militia. They should be pincering these two territories out. Because what does Communist China have? They have Yan'an. Or yeah, and they have Yulin. Yulin is 1 victory point. Yan'an is 3. So they have 4 victory points. And when do they capitulate? It will capitulate on 20%, so which is all 4. So they would need to take both territories. We're 2 days away from appointing a military high command, which is nice. I got my air transports down. I do have 6 XP, which means paratrooper edit. I am now 12 XP away from completing the paratrooper template that I want, and then I can actually train the paratrooper units and get them up and running. I'm up to 91,000 manpower, so I need manpower. When are my posters coming off? Soon, aren't they? Yeah, 30 days. So I got a month, and in a month I have to spend 150 command power because these will expire, and then I'll have to decide what bonuses I want. For now, it is 1800, December 17th. We're 4 hours away. There it is. Modified government. You. Now, what do I want? Org speed 28%. Org loss when moving minus 35%. Breakthrough 25%. Army experience. This is what I want right off the bat. Army experience gained daily plus 4 and 25%. Plus 4 daily on the Navy. Plus 25%. I need the XP. So I'm gaining 3.3 air X speed a day. That's a lot. Field anti-vehicle kits are done in 80 days. 10 days I'll have the signal company done. And then this branch is complete until 1930, really 8 at a minimum. And that's only if we have the special projects completed to be able to do these. So armed signal company, armored maintenance company, armored engineer company, which I don't think I will have those facilities built. Under construction, I'm building. This guy's done Jan 5th, and the railroads are almost done. But I don't have any special facilities being built. I can build them. It's not a bad idea. We'll go tank here, or that's land warfare, naval warfare here, nuclear warfare up here, and aerial warfare up there. Motorized trains, convoys, small carrier planes, and medium planes. We'll do the planes. Thank you. Authoritarians are in control. Democrats own the party, or own the government. It's a Democrat-controlled government. But even though it is a Democrat-controlled government, they are they're a minority government. They're a minority party. When do we lose the do we lose the neutrality? Scandinavian unification. Game bases Solisland and Oistland. Oistland. That's that one. What is it? This guy? Yeah. I didn't even realize that was a part of the focus tree. So I need those to be cores. And then after that, that's pretty nice. Oh, okay. Rationing. More than 25% world tension. Okay. This is a small, nice, oh God. Consumer goods factories factor minus 12%, plus factory output 5%, plus dockyard output 5%. That's decent. Whew. Mobilization speed plus 5%. Recruitable population factor 15%. I can research that at 25% world tension. Now, what are you at? You've got, what, 55 days left? 45 days left. And you're almost at 25% or 45%. You're doing the shadow scheme. If you do Scandinavian intervention, I swear to God. Paratroops. This was the one we wanted. We want the paratroops to be able to really... Oh, by the way, now I'm flying. I need 4 more experience. This decreases organization. But it lowers availability. What does it do? Increases breakthrough. What about the field hospital? Why does everything... What about the engineer company? The engineer company would be huge. I mean, hard attack, soft attack, but no. I'm only going to go with a... The engineer company is the only one I wanted to go with, actually. Not even a maintenance company. HP going up would be nice, but... Reliability bonus goes up, but then reliability goes down. No point. Just the engineer company, please. And I'll be done. I'll be able to do that in 3 days. Right, the war in Spain. He's hanging on for now. The Stalinists are hanging on for now. Deadlock in Romania still. Mongolia's probably not changed. It hasn't. They've lost these 2 fights. They're back at stalemates. I mean, just march and end it all, man. Like, just march around and end it all. End the whole war. Right. How are the French doing? Support École de Air. He's not gone down his political focus tree at all yet. Continue the Middle East mandate. He doesn't control, he can't develop anything. He doesn't control it. So is he going over here? He hasn't even picked which strategy yet. Found the... Okay. 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 Form the first strategic bombing unit. What have the Americans done? War Plan Crimson, which gives them... He went with intervention in the Americas? Unlocks decision. I mean, okay. Right, that was Signal Company. That's complete. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna do some mechanized. First thing is, I actually don't need the armored cars, so I'm gonna build combat service support, which helps the supply trucks. It just is what it is. Close. What did he pick? Close the what? A popular front anti-war policy. What is he doing? Close the relief camps. Welcome British exiles. Reclaim the British. He could topple the... Oh, God. This is why I love Road to 56. There's just so many different options. Continued depression recovery. Okay, remove Royal 20 centers, which grants stability -5 construction. Okay. So he's focusing on his internals right now. Revoke the war measures at. So he's just army modernization. Start of the expansion of the Royal Canadian Air Force. Rebuild the Royal Canadian Navy. Strengthen English ties. Trust the Commonwealth. He went with forging our future. So, and that gives him the option of alliance with the United States, a great Canada, which could potentially lead him to going to war with the U.S. Oh no, he already picked. He can't. He picked on the back of that. He picked a popular front. So that branch is closed. He could go with a puppet focus though. Same with this. He could go after England. I mean, it eventually leads to going after England. Requires all of the following. Okay. Yeah, he could go after... So he's eventually going to go after England, Mexico, and the United States. So if he wanted to avoid that, he would have had to go and trust in the Commonwealth. Or he would have had to go on with alliance with the United States. So he had two options. And he didn't go with either of them. Sorry. These guys, unfortunately, do not have a unique focus tree yet. So, this is just like a standard focus tree. So, War Powers Act needs, yeah. I mean, eventually he gets puppet focus against the Caribbean and Mexico, but yeah, he's fine. He's not going anywhere for a while. My concern is what is going to happen after the shadow scheme is done. That's the concern. It is January 1937. We're through the opening year. I have two more military high commands to appoint. They all cost 150. So we'll wait for that. Range improvement, so that's on the fighters, right? So now This is 1939 here for these guys. I have 1936 for these three: basic small airframe, basic medium airframe, basic large airframe, and then that is basically it for the Air Force. So I will research them. It will not take me long. It will take about 210 days. So that'll get me into the spring or the fall of 1937. And then the Air Force will be done being researched for a while. I have 6 days to excavation 1 is complete, which is nice. We'll move right on to synthetic oil experiments, which enables the synthetic refinery. That's not going to take long. We do have a bonus of 89 days. Well, the base cost is 240, but we have a bonus of 75% speed, so that knocks it down to 89 days. And then once we're done these two, we're going to go all the way through 1937. So, and then at some point we have to come back here for really the fortifications. I'm kind of I could use it, but we'll see. Small arms here, and then I'm thinking after that I mean, Navy really needs to get caught up. I'm researching 1922. And this is 1934. So, I mean, 1936 is even unlocked now, right? So, I'm behind. Like this guy right here is 1938, and these guys are 1939. So, I'm behind on the naval support stuff. The Navy itself, I'm still on 1922. Because I have to do deck conversions. But then once I do that, I'm on 1936. Alright, so I think I'll eventually catch up on Navy, because I got 1, then I got 2, then I'm going to go back and do deck conversions. And then we're going to grab these guys: heavy battery, medium battery, light battery. And then I'll be on to, what is that, 35 down here. So grab 1, 2, 3 for there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 for 36. So I think I'll be researching Navy at pretty much all the way through to about 1942. You guys are 39. I could just stick him on the rest of these, but the real one is the paratroopers. That's the real one. Organization and soft attack. Organization, 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 and organization. But still, I don't really have anything else. Night vision. Yeah, I'll probably, once he's done. Well, right now it's this guy. He's going over. Once this guy's done, I might do the rest of these special units. So I don't really have anything else I can put them on. He's got 31 days, and then he's got 150, or no, he's gonna have like 100 days. I might spend the Navy experience then. Decisions available. That is region-wide industrial integration. Actually, the posters are almost done. 9 days until the posters. So this one's research speed plus 10%. I need that right now. How's construction going? Let's get another civilian factory up there. Now he's on 9. excavation, you're moving on to synthetic oil experiments. 93 days. And you are 8 days away. So. Now, what are you? You're the Jaeger infantry, and then you're the militia. You're the cavalry, and you're the army, the infantry. Okay. Okay. Doctrines available. Paratroopers. Enables airborne light armor. That's fine. And then we're going down. Defense, organization, soft attack, and breakthrough. So another 180 experience on the Air Force, and the paratrooper branch is going to be complete. You're down to 7 days, about to be 6. What's going on in the wars? Let's see. They're fighting in the north of Spain. I think he's yeah, I think he's not doing too hot. They took this off of him as well. He's not doing too hot at all. It's probably still going to say 8%. It does, but he's taking a lot of non-victory point territories, so he's setting himself up. Quite a nothing, but they're fighting again. Oh, he's taken back. Oh boy. Viva la Repubblica. What's up? He's taking this territory too, so he's going to take this one out. Oh, this is, yeah, the beginning of the end of the Mongolian Civil War. What's up, Pix? Guys, for those that are following me right now or watching right now that don't know who Pixelated Suit is, give them a follow. A great FM streamer. That it is based off the Newcastle Brown Arrow. It's called Newcastle Blue Star. Is the football club. So, it's based off that. But, yeah. Thank you, bro. You're welcome. Great Football Manager streamer. How was your stream, man? How was everything tonight? Because you were back on your Columbia save, weren't you? So, it's nice. We're kicking ass relatively. Let's go. Kind of like how the Marxists are kicking ass in Mongolia right now. They had a civil war. Our keeper's still struggling. This guy still sucks? Throwback now. That's a throwback now. But no. What's going on? Who are you aligned with? So we are Sweden. So what we did is the first thing we did is we fractured everything that we could fracture, meaning there is no German Reich. It is the Kingdom of Prussia. You know, Bavaria is independent. Baden is independent. Hanover is independent. You know, so they're all back to the German kingdoms. It's the same with Italy. Italy is broken up into Italy, Venice, Naples, and Sicily. Spain is broken up into Catalan, right? Basque, Galicia, and now also they're having this traditional, dude, put Europa University in the Holy Fort. Yes, it's a Road to 56 mod. We also completely decolonized Africa. So Libya, Egypt, Sudan, South Sudan, Chad, Algeria, you know, all of them are independent. We completely decolonized Southeast Asia. India is no longer British Raj or associated with Britain. Pakistan's independent. Bengal, Burma, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Siam, all that independent. Same with all of the islands. And in addition, lastly, um, Quebec is independent from Canada. The Confederacy is independent from the rest of the U.S. And the Caribbean are all independent states as well. Um, so what happened is, because you can fracture it however you want to fracture it at the start of the game. So I did as much total fragmentation is what I call it. We took every single country, every single one, including the likes of like Monaco, who's down here, right, and whatnot, and we put them on a big wheel, and we spun the wheel, all 279 countries, and I got Sweden. So we've begun the game as Sweden. I need to be a little bit wary because this is the Kingdom of England. So that's super fun. Yeah, and by the way, the British Isles are broken up too. So Wales is independent from Scotland, which is independent from Northern Ireland. So even Jersey, Guernsey is independent of both France. France has Brittany that's independent. They also do not own Alsace-Lorraine or Alsace-Lorraine. Um, and Andorra is independent as well. But yeah, I spun a big wheel, got Sweden. I'm a little bit worried because if I go into the focus tree of England, right? They went with steady as she goes. Then they went with maintaining imperial integrity. And then they went with continental intervention, which gives them all of these little kind of break-offs. And there's one over here that says Scandinavian intervention. And once they research that, they can do Swedish intervention, which gives them a war goal against us, which means I might have to fight the Brits. That might be coming down the line. And I'm not looking forward to that. So, if that's the case. In the meantime, my focus tree, I did Royalist Return. I'm going to wind up cooing my democratic government, and then if I go down this focus tree, it'll give me the ability to make claims on Finland, Sweden, Denmark, and eventually, at the bottom, I can wind up going down towards the Soviets and trying to take the Baltics and the Soviets. So that's probably where I'm headed. I do have a few mods to note, which is there are two mods in this game. Road to 56, which takes the original gameplay, which was meant like all the research trees in the original games that you haven't played. I just want to explain. All the research trees basically stop at 1946. That's kind of the end of the original game. The game can go on continuously forever. You can play it into the year 2000 if you wanted to. But all of the research trees end in 1946. The road to 56 extends them to 1956. So some of these only go to 54, some of them go to 55, others go to 56, depending on what it is, But it's a great expansion mod. And the other thing the Road to 56 does is it takes the focus trees of each nation and it kind of rearranges them. Like they've created their own focus trees with their own. So I can have countries like Brazil, who is not Brazil. I'm sorry. Is it Japan that went communist? Yeah, Japan just went in and now are called the Japanese shogunate because they've gone away from fascism over to authoritarianism. So, but you get crazy things. That's what I like about it, is you really get a different experience every playthrough. I've had Nigeria basically form a federation, and they've swallowed up Liberia. Like I think Chad was no, Chad's still over here, but they've swallowed up Nigeria, Niger, Cote d'Ivoire, all those nations except Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, and Togo. But like all the other ones, like Ghana, they all agreed to be part of that. So how South America looks. So South America isn't too different in Road to 56 because the Monroe Doctrine historically keeps all those nations independent. The only thing that we have done with the fragmentation is that it creates Guyana, Suriname, and Cayenne as independent nations. The rest have basically not really moved so far this game. Brazil's changed to authoritarianism from democracy. Um, but like everybody else hasn't really moved. Usually there's a lot of civil wars that break out. Paraguay usually gets one. Peru usually gets one. Chile usually gets one as well. So those are usually three civil wars that start. Sometimes Venezuela's fights. Sometimes Ecuador and Peru fight. Um, in my current game, in the one I'm playing offline, Colombia actually joined an alliance with Italy, who has worked towards unifying the Italian state. So they took over Venice, they took over Naples, they haven't taken over Sicily. And then there's two big factions in my offline save where Serbia's trying to reform Yugoslavia, and Italy has unified the mainland. And Austria has reunited with Hungary to reform Austria-Hungary, which is possible, by the way. He's actually trying to do that now. Um, so balance budget, strengthen the monarchs, elect a king, invite the Habsburg prince back. If he does that, he can either choose to referendum Austria, and if they elect to reunite, then he can actually restore Austria-Hungary from World War One. But yeah, my current offline save has Austria-Hungary, Italy, and the Serbian state, and they're fighting an alliance that includes Ukraine, Poland, Wallachia, Moldova, and Colombia joined the side of Italy. So it's just very odd. It's a very odd game, but it's a fun game. We do have one mod on, which is Beautiful Anime Generals, which create like anime characters as generals in the game. The reason I do it is because the regular generals give you like, look at this. Like this is even a decent one. Motorized attack plus 10. Motorized defense plus 10. Mechanized attack plus 10. Mechanized defense plus 10. However, I can actually come in here, like the same one for the anime general, instead of plus 10%, it's plus 35%. It's a fucking huge bonus. Supply consumption, supply grace, that's pretty big. I don't need army experience gain anymore. I've got plenty of that with the one that I just elected. So I need air superiority. Bro, are you excited watching any of the new F1 season? I'm definitely not going to watch Australia. And I love Albert Park. It's my favorite track. Actually, this isn't too bad. Infantry division attack plus 16%, defense plus 21%. It's on at 12 in the morning. We'll do, oh my god, infantry division attack plus 45%. Non-combat out of supply penalty. I'm watching a bit of Albert Park and sleeping in. I should tape it, is what I should do. Terrain penalty reduction 35% is actually big. I'm going to do supply consumption. And then I'll wait for the last one. 5 new rookies, right? So I haven't looked at any of the teams. I should. I know Oliver Bierman, I think, is in this season, isn't it? Aren't they? Right. Rechecked all. Okay. So Alpine has Pierre Gasly and Jack Doohan. Aston Martin has Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso. Ferrari's Leclerc and Hamilton. Haas has Ocon. Why is Ocon still racing? And Bierman. Sauber is Hulkenberg and Bortoleto. McLaren's Piastri and Norris. Mercedes is Andrea Antonelli Kimi. Who is that? Who is Kimi Antonelli? And who is Hadjar? Sonoda, Albon, and Sainz for Williams. Come on, Williams, really? Liam Lawson's at Red Bull Racing? Liam Lawson went to Red Bull Racing. Dude's 23. Just turned. So Sergio Perez just didn't get a seat. I guess he's not really good enough to get a seat anymore, but still. I liked Perez. He's done well for himself. Who is Hajar? 2004? 5 rookies is kind of crazy, though. Holy shit. I don't rate Liam Lawson. Hajar was fighting for F2. Okay. That's why I'm so excited. Alright. Honestly, picks, fair. Fair. I wasn't excited because I'm like, listen, I know Red Bull's just going to dominate again, right? Oh, fuck. Factory output or construction speed or consumer goods factory index. Like, fuck. Political power gain is huge. I could use that. Weekly manpower. Hold on. There's a weekly. This is it. No, not exiled government manpower. Weekly manpower, political power gain. I'll do that. Political power gain plus 7%, weekly manpower plus 700. Go independent team. I'm hoping for Williams this year. Go independent team. I am a Williams fan. I like Williams. They would be my team of choice, which is why it's also hard for me to watch F1 because they're just not competitive. Like ever. I mean, George Russell winning or podiuming him at Spa because they canceled the race after a lap or two was like the only time they really, you know what I mean? So it's like I was a Lotus fan. They did have your boy Juan Pablo Montoya. I was a Lotus fan, and then when they left the sport, I was a Williams fan. Because both Lotus and Williams had my boy, which was Ayrton Senna, who was a fucking incredible driver. To me, the two best drivers, and I know this is going to be super controversial to say, and I'm very sorry to say it, but the two best drivers to probably ever drive in Formula One, in my opinion, were probably Ayrton Senna and Jim Clark. And not a lot of people overlook Jim Clark nowadays because obviously he raced in the 60s, but he was fucking incredibly quick. Like Jim Clark was insanely talented. A little bit for me too because Ferrari really dominated that time. Okay, that's fair. I see your bias, but Ferrari really dominated. Um, the refs helped him a lot. That's why I say the same thing about Max. Like, Max is a phenomenal driver, don't get me wrong. He is a Hall of Famer. Like, legendary driver. But it is in a day and age where one team can just come in and absolutely own the sport for 5 years at a time. Like, that before the 90s, before the late 90s even in the late 90s that wasn't the case. Before the like late 2000s, that wasn't really the case, you know? I mean, even in the era when Prost was winning 4 championships and Senna won 3, like, Mansell won. They had who was the Brazilian? Um, fuck, Nelson Piquet. You know what I mean? Like Niki Lauda. Like those guys would get in there and win championships intermittently and whatnot. So, you know, I don't know. I never felt like F1. I just feel like F1's dominated nowadays more than anything else by one team, and then it goes in cycles. Because like Vettel looked unstoppable for 4 years, and then it was Hamilton, and then it was Max, and it's just like, where's, you know? But I also like Alonso now. I like Alonso a lot. I've grown on him more the older he's gotten. right? So he's had the NASCAR effect happen to him, right? Ages like whiskey. Alonso had the NASCAR effect happen to him. What I mean by that is, right? Uh, Alonso was really like this young gun, very like in your face style when he won his 2 world championships, right? And then what do you call it? A lot of people were like hot or cold on him, you know. Um, I need to get the paratroopers going here, so let's train them. But uh, eventually they came to like him now. Like most people like Alonso now, and it's the same way in NASCAR because people loved, and I mean loved, Dale Earnhardt, right? And when Gordon came onto the scene, because those two were like really going at it, a lot of people hated Gordon, right? And then Earnhardt sadly passes. 10 years later, you get to like 2011, 2012, and Gordon's gotten on in years, and a lot of people liked Gordon by the end of his career. You know what I mean? Because he had been there so long, and he was kind of that established figurehead, you know? So, um, that's what I mean by the NASCAR effect. Vettel had that too. Yeah, exactly, exactly. When he wasn't at, yeah, I agree, I agree. So, especially in the later years because he was the head of the safety board and he really spoke up about a lot of the things that F1 needed to do, and Kimi too. Kimi a little less because he didn't speak up as much, but like people did like Kimi in the end. But Kimi was just a great personality. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I love me some Kimi. Who doesn't love Kimi? I love me some Kimi too. Where the freak did I put the transport planes? I put them up here. So actually, I should go back into my recruitment and make my paratroopers deploy in that same division. You cannot have drink. I like the one where it's like, Kimmy, what happened back there? And then he just goes, I spun. He's like, care to explain what, anything else? I spun. That was it. That was the whole interview. Like, I love the one where he was pissed off. He finished. I think he was pissed off. He got second, so he didn't attend the podium ceremony. And Martin Brundle caught up with him, and he was like, "Kimmy, why didn't you why didn't you go to, you weren't up there. What happened?" And he just goes, "I needed to shit." and Martin's like, "Okay, Kimmy, it's a family show. Like, you know." So we need more Kimmys, less George Russells. Forgive me for saying this, please, but we need less. And I do like him. I think he's an amazing racer. We need less Lewis Hamiltons, and we need more Kimmys. So I feel like we could do with more Sainz's, Alonso's, and Kimmys, and less Russells, Hamiltons, and Verstappen's. We need more personality instead of media trained dudes. Yeah, I agree. Austria votes against reunification, so now that's thrown a spanner in the works because he needs to own the Austrian state to either moderate the restoration or for the restoration of Austria-Hungary. So when I played Hungary and I reunified, I took it by force. I said, "Fuck it, I'm not even going to do the referendum. We're just going to take it by force." So his political focus trees basically died here, and now he needs to go elsewhere. Right, jumpstart. Okay, right now, our focus just finished. So we finished jumpstart the arms. I need to get to conclude rearmament to remove the initial rearmament national spirit. Before I do that, we're going to try again at Prince Gustav's coup. This is going to allow us to Gustav Adolf VI becomes the leader of the authoritarian party. War support increases, communist diplomacy decreases, fascist diplomacy increases. The Kungens Regi will become the ruling party. They'll overthrow the Democrats. No more public elections will be held, and Gustav V will be removed as king, which grants trade deal opinion factor plus 10%. I don't care about trade deal opinion, so um oh, that's ooh. Ooh. Oh, he's got war goals. Hungary has a war goal against Austria. Ooh, they're going to go to war. That's inevitable. So his days are numbered. He won the election in 1936, but the Democrats are now down to 40% support, and the authoritarians up to 45.46. So we're gonna go with Gustav's coup. It's gonna take 35 days. I need another poster. Another poster. What does this give me? Consumer goods factory minus 10% would be okay. Construction speed plus 10%. Factory output plus 10%. What is my manpower at? Weekly manpower 800. That's not good enough. There's got to be one for manpower. You know what? We'll do it. Tank defense. That's going to give me 5,600 weekly manpower for the next 6 months, which is fine because I need the troops. Because if you don't have the manpower, if you don't have the men to train, you know, you won't. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to, is having the men to train. So we're trying to build that up so I can keep training them through the war, which obviously will be eventual. World tension is down to 7%. That's the other thing in this game, real quick, is every act that you do can generate or take away from world tension. So Austria voting against reunification knocked world tension down 1.9%. Romania breaking out in civil war added 10% world tension. Brazil seeks imperialist policy. That's rolling off next month. The ones with clocks next to them roll off 0.1% per month. Countries that aren't at war will have that. Countries that are at war, like these ones currently, the tension will not roll off until the war concludes. So, I agree with you, by the way, that we need more media, less media trained dudes, more personality in the sport. I agree. Let's see. I like mobile warfare doctrine. It increases division organization speed and all of that. Wargolots with moving planning speed. Tanks and armors get breakthrough. Eventually, that's why sports have gotten bland. In a way, yeah, I agree. I do agree. I mean, I don't want them to like be total assholes and go at each other and shit like that. I think that's a big turnoff for me when I watch NASCAR. Is like when they fight in the pits and stuff and try to do I'm like, guys, I don't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking grow the fuck up. But like at the same time, you want them. I mean, like George Russell is essentially a cardboard cutout. Yeah, the piston contest should be on your lap times. Yeah, exactly. So, if you're a cardboard cutout personality, I kind of can't. You know, I think Formula One suffers from that right now. I think that's the other problem. Like a lot of people are like Albon kind of has a personality, but he doesn't. Like, it's kind of just stale, and it's like putting salt on your chicken. Yeah. So, but like they're all like that. You know what I mean? Like, the only people that really have a personality in F1 right now is like Sainz. I don't even know if he has a seat. Like, did Sainz pick up a seat? He's at Williams, right? Yeah. And like, I don't care for Lando Norris. A lot of people are gonna be like, "What?" I mean, he does have a personality. I'll give you that. Lando Norris, I think Albon Sainz is a great pairing. I agree. I mean, I think a lot of Lando Norris definitely has a personality, but it Land Alonso is strong, but that's why he stands out. I agree. I think a lot of people like Lando, and I'm not. I don't really. I don't really care for him. I'm not a Lando guy either. He just. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of like an XQC kind of personality, and I'm like, I don't really care for that. Or like a Shroud, and I'm like, I don't really care for that, dude. I think you're at times you say cool stuff, and at times you're a raging douche. Like, I don't really want to take the good and the bad with you. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about Lando a little bit at times. Like, yeah, he seems like such a dick. I mean, he seems sometimes like he's cool and like he would be really fun to hang out with, and other times I feel like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, just please, you know, give everybody some space. So, um, I'm wondering if I should even do a land doctrine or come over here and do the arms improvements, because I can go like this, and the arms increase. And that's 40 of the XP right there. Soft attack, piercing, breakthrough, hard attack, all increased. But I'll go with the doctrine. Let's go with the doctrine. Let's just do it while we have it. So, Yuki and Hajir is going to be crazy. Those guys are both heavy ragers. Maybe. I think I have... I don't know if Yuki's going to make it, man. I don't see Yuki making it much longer in F1. Maybe that's a me thing, but I like Yuki, but that's been his issue, controlling his emotions. I think his consistency has been his biggest issue. I just think he's just not good enough. He's just not good enough. Like, there's sometimes he has pace and you're like, damn, Yuki, you've really got some talent. And then there's other times where you're just like, Jesus Christ, Yuki, you can't, like, what the fuck? Oh, this war's over. This unit's going in here. All he has to do is get this territory, and this civil war's over. Stalin, the Marxists look like, and he's surrounded. This unit's surrounded, which means if he loses this fight, this unit dies, and he's left with one unit to defend his whole nation. The sport would be better, but I mean, everybody knows that. You want to talk about a hothead, man? But we can both agree, yeah, everybody knows that. He's a rager who blames everybody else for his problems, and is a spoiled brat because his dad owns the team. So, like, it's almost like, you know what it is? And everything having the Russian guy in was actually crazy content. You mean Mazepin? That's the last Russian guy I know. Yeah. You mean Mazepin? I forgot his name. Mazepin. But yeah, Mazepin. I'm that whole scenario was fucking, yeah. I have to send you a Mazepin video. Okay. All right. I feel like the same way with Stroll. Like, it's just you know the meme with the people that ride on the bus, and they're like looking out the opposite ends of the bus, and the one side's all gloomy and the other side's like sunny and bright, and that's what I feel like, you know, Formula One with Stroll and Formula One without Stroll is going to be like. It is February. You can link it in this chat if you want to, Pix, but just make sure when you link something in this chat, it is not a shortened link, please. Make sure it's the full link, please. That's the only request I have with anybody that links something, is that it has to be there, like just like that. That's perfect. Could be that stuff. Okay, what is this? Is it safe to? Is it safe for stream? Because I'm gonna put the yeah. Okay. Oh, it's so pixelated, probably because. Bro. This is brilliant. Hold on. F1 memes better than soccer memes at times, yes. He wants to do Petrov. This is very good. Very good. It's such a shame Haas had him as for years, even. SSP. Gaston. They're playing the F1 game with him at the end. That's funny. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. Very good. 10 out of 10. I love the end where they're playing the F1 game and he just dive bombs the fucking corner. That's hilarious. Thank you for the live react. You're welcome. I love it. That's really good. Oh God. Uh, Whoever came up with that, really, real 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 on that one. Right. I am actually out of time, but I am going to play probably for another 5-10 minutes here. So, I need mobilization speed. Factory output would be decent. Construction speed, consumer goods factory index, research speed 10%. Let's go with that. So now all the posters are reassigned, so that's good. So now we're down here, and I can maybe work on the loot box. Alfie's Loot Box Emporium. Awesome. Love it. But where am I at with training of divisions? Recruit and deploy. I get another one in May for the I get two May and June, and then the tanks are done in March, and then the paratroopers in June. Okay, cool. So I want to get this last military high command assigned, and then we'll probably end. So that'll probably take us through Prince Gustav's coup. Again, the coup, and then I need to not have national spirit, initial rearmament, which I don't remove until I get through conclude rearmament. So it's going to be the coup, and then the Swedish Army staff, and then conclude rearmament. And once I do that, it removes initial rearmament, and we can start to move on our neighbors. Beginning with Demand Island, which is this little, I don't know why it's so hotly contested. It's just this set of islands right here. Polish Republic, this happens quite a few times. The Polish Republic has joined the Treaty of Kiev. So these two, Ukraine and Poland, have allied against or with each other. So, my game plan is eventually, obviously, the Sami Republic, Finland, Norway, and Denmark. And once that's complete, we can move against the Baltics and also the Soviets. There is a chance that this gets in the way. This alliance with Poland and Ukraine gets in the way. We also have to worry about England, who is going for air defense. So they have not quite gone over towards Scandinavian intervention yet. They've kind of refocused on their rearmament campaign, which is fine by me. So there is that. What is the decision that's available? Find trade partners. That's fine. I need 150 political power points in order to assign my last military high command. Once we do that, we're out of here, I think. Production. Light tank chassis. Oh, basic heavy tank chassis. 3-man turret, heavy armaments, the heavy cannon. Secondary turret, heavy machine gun. Secondary turret, small cannon. A radio. The wet ammunition storage is going to be needed. Torsion bar. Cast armor. And then, fuck, the diesel engine gives me the reliability, but actually if I come here and just put, well, you're already on it. You're already on it. And then I can't actually up. I have to go with a diesel engine, which is going to slow the shit out of this thing. But look at that hard attack and soft attack. 35 XP is what I need. Design is too expensive. 27 if I don't increase the engine. The engine gives me... what is it, 4.4? So the engine would give me 4.8, and the armor would give me more hardness. So, and obviously armor. Also ups the production cost by 2. I need 35 XP. I'm gaining 1.12 a day. So, I do have a basic tank chassis that I can develop a basic heavy tank with, which is neat. I think I'm going to eventually do that. Air experience, 3.36 a day. So I'm getting a lot. Again, I'm getting 5.27 political power a day. So once that is complete, once I get 150, we're going to assign the final military high commander, and then we're going to go from there. Or probably end the night, I should say. I've crossed the 100,000 mark on manpower. I'm gaining 5,600, 5,800 a week, which is big. That is huge. Um, can I do limited conscript? Does not have spirit national initial rearmament cost. So I do 150 here. Grab my last military high commander. Prince Gustav's coup is almost done. We go over to Swedish Army Staff. 35 days for that. Then we do the 70 days for conclude rearmament. We get rid of the initial rearmament national spirit. That's right here. That moves off. 150 political power points later, we move up to limited conscription, which will allow me to move from a 1.5% recruitable population to a 2.5% recruitable population. That should have a significant spike on our manpower, and then I don't have to worry about that anymore. Thanks for the stream, man. You are welcome. So I'm going to play out until we get this military high commander, and then I'm going to end. But I think that's where we're headed. I am back tomorrow with this save. We're going to play the same save tomorrow. Just because either the game will update or Road to 56 will update, and if one of those two does a major update, the save game will break and it will not be recoverable. So I would like to finish some sort of save game prior to it breaking. We might not anyway, because again, tomorrow's Friday, and then I think Saturday we have F1. Saturday I'll be playing F1 and Football Manager. There we go. That's the paratrooper doctrine branch completed. So, but either way, we're gonna give it a go. What is the WPA and why are they working on it? Okay, that's fine. Run a WPA. That's an agricultural product. They're developing the Canadian Broadcasting System, which is over here. Interestingly enough, their national focus tree is eventually going to set them going to war with England, Mexico, and the United States. The Xinjiang clique declared war on Tunguistan, which is not out of the ordinary. That there's a national focus for that. So, it's a military junta, which is authoritarian, versus Stalinism, which is obviously communist. So, nothing else has happened in the Chinese-Mao War either. Mongolian People's Republic is looking like they're going to win. They are literally... yeah. They're not far away from Ulan. All they have to do is occupy Ulaangom, and once they do, because they took out everybody in the east, they'll win the war. So that war is coming to an end. I mean, that is 90% in favor of the Mongolian People's Republic. What's going on in the Spanish Civil War? That's the last one we have to check. Not a whole lot is new. They've not been able to make any progress. The Nationalists. The Nationalists are in the orange here. And then the Republicans are in the yellow. But the Republicans have gone Stalinist. So Republican Spain has gone communist. And they're fighting the fascists. Phalangism of Franco. So we'll see how we do. We're up to 76. Remember, we need 150, so we're halfway there. I have 14 units on land, 6 more militia units over here. Like, what is the significance of even having... It's a victory point, but they have literally no natural resources. So it makes no sense for these two countries to fight over these islands. Absolutely none. But they do all the time. Study British aircraft. Why have they've gone and been done with the industrial buildup. That's smart. Firefighting drills. That's a ship completion. I have fire control methods that are left. 117 days for that. Production cost, production efficiency cap. Hell yeah. Give me that. That's the other problem, is the Navy research is not really coming along very well. Like 1922 on the naval support is almost complete. I still have to do the deck conversion so I can actually get a so I can actually get towards a carrier hull. And then I still have to do the additions to the 1936 destroyer hull and the heavy ship hull and the addition to it, and then the carrier hull. And that's just these guys for 36. Then I still have 34 here with basic light batteries and medium batteries. 1935, including magnetic mines, and then 1936, including magnetic detonators on the torpedoes. So I am miles behind on the naval support category, considering we're in 1937, and these guys are 1939s. So this guy right down here is 1938. So I'm playing catch up on the Navy. That's for sure. I'm playing catch up on the Air Force as well, but I only have 3 more, and these guys are 39 as well. So anti-field vehicle kit. That is a weapon research that we just got, a bonus. Heart attack plus 25%, piercing plus 25%. So these are 38. I need to wait, because if you research ahead of time, for example, this guy is a 1944 research, and I would take a penalty of 1,362% for researching him ahead of time. So for this one, the penalty is 162%. So instead of the base cost of 120 days, it takes 164, which is why we don't want to do it yet. He's got 15 days left. He'll probably move down onto the armored car, and then I can research the trains. I do have somebody working on. I do have one of my research slots working on the tanks. I might do coastal fortifications here. Actually, only 50 days. Might as well burn it. What is the decision that's available? Region-wide industrial integration. I don't want to spend that yet. I am 48 points away, so that's 10 in-game days. We're in March now of 1937. It is almost midnight, and I have to be up in the morning, but, you know, it is what it is. How is our production going? I have a lot of artillery stockpiled. I have 2,200 units stockpiled. Same with support equipment and motorized equipment. I'm starting to stockpile tanks. I have 100,000 weapons stockpiled. We're working on early transport planes. I'm going to knock these guys down to 5. Because the tanks required are 744 tanks. And I have stockpiled 739. So literally in a day, I will have stockpiled enough tanks so that when this division is done training in March, in 2 weeks, I will have enough tanks that I'll be able to instantly move over or start training the next division. Prince Gustav's coup. So now we're the Empire of Sweden. He's in control. We're in absolute monarchism. The Democrats have lost control. There's been an absolute coup, and the authoritarians are now in power, which sets me up to conclude the rearmament. 35 days for the Swedish Army staff. and then 70 days to conclude the rearmament afterwards. Once that is done, we go to limited conscription. 113 days. Um, I'm gaining 2.85 political power per day now. That's cut into my political power. I don't earn as much apparently. I do want to uncheck anti-democrat raids. I don't want to do that. So it's just region-wide industrial integration that I can really focus on selecting. Hell yeah. Which I will eventually, but I need to get my military high commander set. So 2.85, and I need 34. So 10 days is 28.5. So about another 14 days, maybe 13, 14 days. We're no longer holding elections. So we've just moved to a monarchism. He might actually have the option to do the same. Could potentially result in a civil war. He did not go down that path. Which is good because he could have we could have been going to war with him. That's fine. He's rebuilding his army. Scandinavian unification. He's got the same one. I'm going the same way. You guys, I think, also have Scandinavian unification. No, they do not. They have a standard. They get the generic 19 Road to 56 focus tree. Finland will definitely have it. No, yeah, Scandinavian unification. Finnish Air Force. They're going with import Fokkers instead of meet the Fokkers. Import the Fokkers. Right. Up to 122. Okay. What am I missing? Still the fighters. Modify officer corp. I know. I need to... Okay. It's less than 10 days, though. It's 26 that's needed, so... 28 and a half minus 2 is 26, so 9 days. 9 days. I wonder what's going on with Brazil. Because the way they've gone with imperialism, they are going down, heavily down that path. So my question is, they've gone with imperialism. If they end the occupation, right? No, this is the main expansionary. Yeah. They could form their own initiative. So, actually, they didn't go there because they would have needed a point Osvaldo Aranja. So instead, they've gone with is that Alfranio de Mello? De Mello. Oh, they could go with Reclaim Uruguay. That's what they did. I was Uruguay in my game, and they didn't go down that focus tree path, thankfully. I wound up taking them over because of it. But they could. Uruguay is could be a sitting duck. South American talks coming out of Argentina. They want to go anti-aggression. That's what they want to go. They want to go anti-aggression. So they're not going towards building. If they went Argentina's destiny over here instead of the will of the people, then they would have had a lot of potential to get claims in South America. I mean, they get everything in South America: Uruguay, Chile, Paraguay, Bolivia, Brazil. They could knock off everybody, um, but they've chosen not to go down that path. So, okay, modify government. Are you at a discount? Not quite. 150. I'm at 133. Invest in FAMAE. So they're building up their economics. Peru. What is Peru doing? Create factories. Faucet. What is our country? Heirs of the Viceroyalty. Restore the Viceroyalty system. They could go down to Hispanism. And I think that's when they... One of the has completed the focus. Legacy of Sanchez Cerro. All of the following must be true. Has completed Heirs of the Viceroyalty, which they have. Has completed launch the coup, which is down here. Okay. Which means then they get once they do that, then they can go to, which it requires all three of these. Then they can go down Hispanism and try to reclaim the rest of South America. We completed basic small airframe. Let's go to the basic medium airframe and complete that. That's 75 days. Oh, I don't know why I hit pause there. We are 11 political power points away, which we're getting 2.85. He is still hanging on, which is crazy to me because I mean, he just needs this province. Once this province falls, because it's the last victory point that he controls. So once that province falls, this war is over. This started rolling off, so now we're back up to 8% world tension. Same with the Kingdom of Italy treaty here. The Treaty of Addis Ababa, which auto-triggers when you fragment or decolonize Africa, because traditionally this state here of Somalia, as well as Djibouti, actually Djibouti is British, and then this state is actually Italian. And if you pick Italy in the vanilla game, you start at war with Ethiopia. But because we decolonized Africa, all of that is gone. It's just not. There's no. So they make peace happen because Italy does not have a foothold in Africa. I still can't believe that everybody agreed to merge with Nigeria. That's like crazy that they did that to me. Does not have spirit, national spirit, recent political unification. What does this do? Okay. Well, how much longer do they have it for? We can't tell, but they will eventually get rid of that. Where is the focus tree that they did to even get there? I think it completely changed it. Dawn of the Nigerian state. Established the Nigerian army. Empower aristocratic. Yeah, I think it's gone. I think it's expired. Combat services support. Let's grab that. What even was that? That was this thing. So now we're going to go after we're going to do the armored car. Also, reliability -7, production cost no, reliability. Like 100% take the reliability. I am 1 day away, and then we're out of here. Once I actually decide who the hell we're hiring. I need to actually pick. That's the next part, is picking. Swedish Army staff 12 days in out of 35. So that'll be done pretty quickly once we get back to it tomorrow. And then we're going to move over to limited conscription. So I'm going to spend the 150. Oh, Brinkmanship is huge. Like now, here's the question. I need only 40% world tension to declare a war to build a war goal on another nation. Previously, I needed 100%. If I select brinkmanship, that decreases to 15, which is, I think, great. Or it might be 25, but still, either way, it's great. Basic small airframe. Fighter weapons, light machine guns, recon equipment, recon cameras. What do they do? Just ups the weight, really. SAS weapons, anti-tank cannons would be sick. Increases ground attack, armored piercing bombs. Doesn't do anything, just gives you a bonus against something. I'll take the anti-tank cannons. 2 engines, please. 2 engines times 2 gives you max speed. Fuel usage goes up, I understand. Thrust goes up a lot. Agility goes up a lot. We'll take that. Defense turrets, light machine guns. Gives me air defense. Electronics, radio navigation. Night penalty goes down. Bomb sights, strategic bombing goes up. Special modules, small. Extra fuel tanks increase the range by a lot. Drop tanks increase the range. Dive brakes increase the agility, right? No. Non-strategic material usage. And then floats. The extra fuel tanks would be sick. It does decrease the air defense, but like... Air superiority 1. It is 12 units. Or 12... I think I'm going to actually take that off and do drop tanks instead. Sure. Doesn't really help me much. The transport planes is what I'm here for. Where's reliability on here? 80%? Why? Why are you here and not the range plus 35? Fuck. And you're building that too. Damn. What can I do here in terms of... I can get it up to 3? Yeah. 4? Might be too much to ask. No, I can do 4. 5? No, that's when the reliability drops below 100. So, I need 645 points. That's just for the early transport train. Fuck that. Alright. Let's assign the last general, shall we? Right. Infantry division attack, 45% is pretty big. Division speed, Orgloss and maybe breakthrough. Division attrition. I thought I had somebody who does supply consumption. I do. Division speed, division attack, division and terrain penalty reduction. Like, come on. That's armor technology. Infantry division attack plus 35%. Infantry division defense plus 30%. Air superiority plus 35%. That's not bad. Air range plus 24% is crazy. But I don't want to waste one on infantry division attack plus 16, infantry division defense plus 21. Like, this is 35 and 25. That's reconnaissance. Now, where was the one? Where was the one? Oh shit. Autosave because it's April. I think it's this one. Air superiority plus 35%. Infantry division type. The range, the air range would be sick though. I mean, look at how big this is for an early naval bomber. Or like, where's my transport plane? Holy shit. My transport plane can go as far west as Ireland, as far south as Italy. My transport plane, oh my god, the range on that would be insane, bro. And that's an early transport. That's early. That's before I even spent the air experience to get like I'm thinking air range for me. I'm thinking air range. Now I can even touch like oh my goodness me. Look at how big. A few days after the ultimatum, the Albanian government Albania just got consumed by Italy. This is why I hate it. I mean, it's great. Did they remove Mussolini? I think they did. Dispose Mussolini. They did move. They did remove him. I hate how they subjugate Albania for free like that. Drives me nuts. I have a. Oh, I need to save the game because last time I did this, it caused it to crash. So we're gonna save the game here. As Sweden won. And then I'm going to select this unit, add it to a new division, click General, hope that they load. They did, because there's just so many generals. And now, congrats. Miss Love Marshall is the head of the armored division. There's also doctrines available. Convoy destroyer sub detection. We'll spend the money on that one. Right. That's everything, I think. Are you building? You say you're one division. Yeah, you are building them. 47. Okay, cool. Production. Just a quick overview. It's midnight already. Everything's looking good. You're taking 63 days. You're building 5.8 a week, but you have very little efficiency, and eventually, when that efficiency grows towards the cap, these planes will start churning out. Everything else looks okay. Navy-wise, is there anything? Yes. What are you? You're a heavy cruiser. What are you? You're a heavy cruiser. You're reserve fleet number 4. So you're going to go here. Can I not merge them? Yes, I can. Cool. Can I merge you? Yes, I can. Cool. Can I merge you? Yes, I can. Cool. And 4 non-active task forces. Active task forces. Okay. Cool. Right. Who built the heavy cruiser? Was it this guy? Scania? Go to Reserve Fleet 4. That should be fine. And that is where I'm going to save the game again because I assigned the general and the game didn't crash. But that is where I'm going to end it for the night. So, thank you so much, Pixelated Suits, for being here. Dadson for the Lurk, Chicken Parm Dinner, Crack Attack as well. Coach Zanko for coming by. Appreciate all you guys. I am back with Hearts of Iron tomorrow as well. For YouTube, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much. And we'll see you tomorrow for more